Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. What's the business, y'all? This be your boy Scouter by Nature TV, and we're here for another episode of Yes for the Mess, and we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac and Nicki Minaj. Okay, so there has been a little bit of tea going on today, basically talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Okay, now I know we got a couple of more months till the reunion comes out, but apparently Nicki Minaj jokingly said that she wants to host the Real Housewives of Potomac this season. And I know that she follows Karen and she follows Dr. Wendy. Those are the only two that she follows on the show. So apparently that got the internet buzzing about Nicki Minaj possibly hosting the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now I have an article here from the JasmineBrand.com. For those of you who are just now tuning into my channel, whenever I do Yes for the Mess, I always cite my sources and where I got them from. Okay, so I'm going to read you guys the article, give y'all my opinion, and y'all leave y'all opinion down below. Let's talk about it. What started out as a joke has turned into the real thing. Nicki Minaj is hosting the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. She first poked fun at the chance of moderating the reunion for the 6th season on Instagram. She shared footage from the current explosive season and added the caption, "I'll be hosting the reunion. Let me know what y'all want me to ask, chat." But later she added to her stories that this is a real thing. She wrote, "Don't move. Everyone binge watch all the episodes because we finna get into some things, hunty. My questions will be well thought out too, mixed with funny and epic, and of course, and Barbs, please don't send me a million comments about the album and documentary, child. Just let me have my moment. We almost there, I promise. Not lying this time. Love you." She shared a text exchange with her publicist, who told her that the Bravo exec and long-running host Andy Cohen would be more than happy to let the Megatron rapper step in with the ladies. The Real Housewives of Potomac is currently in its 6th season, and it stars Giselle Bryant, Robin Dixon, Karen Huger, Mia Thornton, Candace Dillard, Ashley Darby, and Winnie Yourself. Now here's my thoughts on Nicki Minaj hosting the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. I mean, I don't know. I'm really trying to picture her hosting a reunion. I'm really trying to, because I'm just going to be honest, I'm not a fan of Nicki Minaj's personality. I really feel like she's obnoxious as hell, so I don't know if I want to see her hosting a reunion. But at the same time, they did use her music. They did use her song Moment for Life for the promos this season. So they really did put a lot of money into that, and it would be cool at the same time to see her host a reunion, just due to the fact that they did use her, one of her big hits, as the catalyst for their promotional tools for the show. So I really don't know, but I do know that Nicki Minaj is a housewife fan. I do know that. I think when it comes down to the Housewives of Atlanta, I think she is a big fan of Phaedra. Go figure, because Phaedra's definitely obnoxious as fuck too. Y'all know how I feel about her. But it's like I really don't know. I having mixed emotions, because it's like I'm not a fan of her persona, so it wouldn't work for me, but it will probably work for the Housewives of Potomac. It'll give them that extra push, that extra publicity, because let's just be real, even though the show is good, and even though the show has been better so far than the last season of Atlanta, their ratings are still not that great. Like, their first episode debuted with, 1.04 million views, and then the next week it dropped to 900K, and then this past week it dropped down to 800K. So I don't want it to drop anymore. So I really don't know what the disconnect is with people in the Housewives of Potomac, because like I said, I know for a fact that this show was a good show. I know for a fact that it's good. It's better than the last season of Housewives of Atlanta. Trust me, it is. And I really wasn't a fan of Potomac myself at the beginning, because the first season it was very off-putting for me. I wasn't digging it. And you know, I have grown to love Karen because I did not like Karen back then. That first and second season on Badass Weeks and that badass attitude, I did not like Karen back then. I actually preferred Giselle back then. But it's like, I did not like the show the first 2 seasons. I thought it was very off-putting. I don't like a bunch of bougie bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like that. You know, I like to have a little bit of fun. Like, loosen the fuck up. All this etiquette talk they was doing was very off-putting, and I just wasn't for it. I didn't really start getting into the show, like getting into it, until season 3, and I didn't start reviewing it until season 4. So season 3, when Candace first came on, was when I first started just really getting into the show like that, because season 3 was damn good. Like, I'm like, okay, you shit good, you know, good girl, good. It was really good. I ain't gonna lie, it was good. So the show has pretty much been on fire since season 3. They haven't had no bad season from 3, 4, 5, and now we at 6. They haven't had a bad season, but for whatever reason, the ratings are just never. The ratings have always been underwhelming to me. If you compare it to Housewives of Atlanta, the ratings are underwhelming, because even though last season of Housewives of Atlanta was terrible, their ratings were still higher than what they're doing right now. So I don't know, but I think that Nicki Minaj hosting the reunion just might be what the show needs to really take it to another level, because it's not like they don't have the material. The show is actually good. Like, they have a pretty good cast. Although I want Robin to go, I still think they have a pretty decent cast. I must say that they have a great cast. I would say that they do have a good cast. So I really don't know. But I'm just trying to wrap my mind around Nicki Minaj being the one to host. Like, I'm just not a fan of her personality. Like, some of her songs are cute, whatever, but her personality is just off-putting to me. I'm not feeling it. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to see her hold the cards, ask the questions, and all this other stuff. I don't know. I mean, I personally don't know, but like I said, although it wouldn't be good for me as a viewer, because I don't like her persona, and I know that her barbs just think that is everything, and they dig everything she do. I just don't. But it might be good publicity for the show. Like I said, the ratings are underwhelming, even though the show is outstanding. The ratings are just not showing that. So them having Nicki Minaj as an ally and hosting their reunion would give them good numbers. I personally believe that. So, you know. But according to the Peach Report Daily, she put on Twitter that Nicki has been in talks with the network for a while after she let them sample her Moment for Life track for the promo some weeks back. So the network really does have some things in store for Potomac. I guess they're really trying to make Potomac really pop, and that's probably what they need. But I'm starting to believe that they're interested in not having Andy host the reunion, because the Peach Report Daily asked a question asking would Titus Burgess, I hope I said his name right, would he be a good Housewives reunion host? So I'm starting to believe that they're now looking into celebs to host these reunions outside of Andy. I don't know if I want Andy to go. I pretty much, you know, because that's what I'm accustomed to. I'm accustomed to him hosting a reunion. So I don't know if I necessarily want him to go. But, you know, it'll be a different outlook, though. It's kind of like how Mona stopped hosting the reunions, and then she let Nina Parker host them. And I think Nina did a good job. She just used to annoy me sometimes, but that's another story. Ciao! You know, but the worst host for Love and Hip Hop was fucking Monique. I was not. No. However, with that being said, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about Nicki Minaj possibly being the one to host the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion this year? I want to see y'all thoughts about that. Let's talk about it below. First of all, before I go, let me give a shout out to myself for hitting 25K. 25K. I hit 25K today. Got to pat myself on the back. Let me tell y'all something. This has been a journey for me, okay? In October, it's going to make 11 years since I've been on YouTube. And this past year has been the most consistent I've ever fucking been, okay? And I've been working my ass off to grow my channel, okay? So shout out to me for hitting 25K. Also, before I go, let me send a special shout out to Bondy Blue. As you guys already know by now, her Bondy Blue channel was removed, okay? It was deleted. She tried to do an appeal for it, and they passed on it. So now she has to start from scratch. So be sure to subscribe to her backup channel called Relax with Blue. That is the name of her channel. If you want to get your daily fix on Bondy Blue, you make sure you go to Relax with Blue, and that's where you'll find it at. Okay, I'm gonna put the link to it in my description box, so you can just click the link and just go over there and subscribe and let her know that I told y'all where to go. Okay, with that being said, you guys, your boy's out of here. Till next time, peace.
We can always find our way to a fun moment, even in the shady bunch.